Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of TheCaliEffect. I am here with Deuce, Myatt.
Hey,
I said your name right this time.
yeah, you said it right this time. Good job.
And today we're going to be doing his deck profile for the tournament. He was obviously the winner and the TheCaliEffect last tournament, and I think you only lost one game throughout the whole series. Am I correct?
Yeah, I only lost one game in the finals, and it was a mirror. That's about it.
Yeah. If you'd like to go through the deck, if you will, because I'm lazy and black.
Damn, that racial humor, though. Alright. So, I ran the standard, Atlantean lineup, in my opinion, the 1 Dragoons, 2 Infantry, and 3 Marksmen.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I look at this, I'd probably end up dropping Infantry down to 1, but... And this build was good. And then the 1 Diva, the 1 Archer, I ran this over the Undying Controller. It just seemed a little bit better in my opinion because these cards are a little bit more standalone, and I felt the Archer was better than the Controller because I could actually pitch it with Pike and then search and then yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Shenanigans.
Why do you feel that why do you feel dropping the infantry down to 1?
The only time I was thinking about dropping the Infantry down to 1 just because the only matchup it was good against was Fire, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And every other matchup, I would have it clumping in my hand, and it would limit my combos a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But in this build, Infantry at 2 is a little bit better because I'm not running the Undyne, so the Infantry is a little bit hard to pull out, and the Diva kind of facilitates the like a 3rd Infantry in a sense.
Okay.
Because it can search it out and make Kappa, and then yada yada yada.
Okay. All right.
And then 3 Gundy, the best discard out in the deck.
Yeah, definitely, hands down.
3 Lin, standard. 3 Megalo.
That's actually a really big question. I just noticed that there's 3 big ass sharks right there.
Yeah, the 3 Megalo. I liked it better in this build than if I was running an Undyne build. If I was running an Undyne build, I'd probably drop it down to 2 or 1. But in this build, it's better because this is a more mono-oriented build. So you want to combo off more with your Odysseus's. And pitching it with Pike is never a bad idea either because you can easily bring them back with your guns and then just have more plays from there and just facilitate a better engine at that point because you really want to pull these out of your deck as fast as possible.
Okay.
And I want to always have targets for spheres for level 7s that are not Teus because I wasn't running lead either.
Yeah. Didn't not having lead come to bite you? Has it ever came back to bite you in the ass?
The only time not having lead hurts is in the mirror match, but other than that, lead isn't very good, because in the mirror match you want it because it gets over opposing Megalos, but other than that, lead really doesn't facilitate anything in the deck besides that.
But I like lead. He leads to big plays. Okay, that was bad. No more water puns for me.
And 3 Pike, this is standard, it's like Stratos for the deck. 3 Teus, bigger Stratos.
Deck has 6 Stratos. Just notice that. 6 Stratos, 3 Mystic Tomatoes, and then 3 Monster Reborns.
It's perfect. And the tour guide.
Yeah, and the tour guides, yes. This deck is just too amazing now that you look at it.
Then we got 2 Turge. I was debating between running 1-2 in this build. The reason I upped it to 2 is because I felt I wanted to access the gun at any point in the game, and this facilitates more combos with Abystius because if I open Abystius, Turge, and Gunday, I can have a first turn rank 4 with an Abystius on the field, or I can have a first turn level. Well, I wasn't running level chain. Never mind. Rank 4 with Abystius on the field. That's what I had.
And then the 1 copy of Tidal because Tidal's God.
Yeah, Tidal's the best monster in this deck. And then
so wait, hold on. Right. You have tour guides, you have Stratoses, you have super strong Mystic Tomatoes and Monster Reborns, and Tidal's the best monster in the deck?
Because it's a +1 every turn. I mean,
I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing.
Dragon rulers, you know.
Nobody would argue that Tidal is isn't the best monster in a Mermail deck because it just leads to so many good plays.
It's too strong.
Get it? Leads to so many good plays.
Here we go. Yeah.
But for spells?
Spells, I ran Book of Moon, Double Space, and Salvage. It's a very minimal spell lineup. I didn't mean Dark Hole.
Yeah, that was going to be the question.
that was because game one I felt I should have I should be a little bit quicker than most decks, so I should have a more established field in the early game. And then end game one's a little bit faster than most decks could. And then that's why I ran Book of Moon mainly over the Dark Hole and like maining the third MST, because Book of Moon just it's too good not to run, in my opinion.
It's the best neg one in the world. Book of Moon is just amazing.
Exactly. If you play it out good, I mean, in the mirror, it's the absolute best card of the mirror match, like without a doubt.
Okay.
Flipping Gaios down is too strong.
Yeah. Another thing is, sorry to cut you off, but salvage. I was a huge fan of salvage, and now I just completely hate salvage. Why?
I like it as a one-of, because the one time you do see it in the game is the one time you need it. Like, because I was debating between like one and two of this card, but every time I stick two of it in, I hate drawing an opening hand, and I hate the possibility that I could possibly open two in my opening hand and just open with technically like 4 cards in my opening hand, because they're basically dead. Yeah. First. But salvage just facilitates so many better plays, and since I'm running the Diva is an instant fill up for salvage, so it just makes it even better. Like, opening Diva salvage is basically game most of the time, because you net so much of a plus.
Okay, that seems pretty good. And what are all these purple cards you have back here? Like, that's
I ran a bunch of traps.
It's a lot of magenta right there.
Yeah. Oh, and as you guys noticed too, I didn't Hoban this build, so
I don't like Hoban anything really. It's not a lot of decks that I do like Hoban.
It's meh.
Yeah, I don't like it in Mermails especially, because Mermails already have the raw power to make all these plays. Why do you need to make it faster when you can use those cards to actually, I don't know, protect yourself, further your strategy?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. It's just, I don't like it.
True.
But
so we got 3 Sphere, 1 Squall. The Squall is probably the questionable card.
That's yeah. Like, does it work, or?
It's amazing. If you're running 3 Megalo, you need to run Squall, because this will. If you're running 3 Megalo, you will have usually a consistent way of making Squall alive. Like, I've drawn this first turn like so many times, and I just don't even care, because I know I can fill it up for by turn 2. So.
Do you ever get it back to your hand with lead?
Oh wait, I'm not running lead. Wait.
I'm being the douche. I love lead. The next is the Fiendish Chains, Mirror Force, and all that other stuff. That's just, man. How does that fare out for you?
I look back now, and I really wish I ran Breakthrough over Fiendish Chain, because there was so many times I could have just I like that whole game too could have been solved if I had a Breakthrough skill instead of a Fiendish Chain. Because I would have been able to negate Dweller or negate Gaios and then be able to bounce back into the game, but you know, happens.
and it's a lot of decks where Breakthrough skill is just superior to Fiendish Chain just because how the deck flows. You definitely have a point right there. I question Mirror Force over Deep Prison. Is that like your is that what you genuinely pick, or is it a reason why you picked Mirror Force over Deep Prison in this particular build? And then also see that you're not running Bottomless or Compulse, you're running Torrential instead.
Yeah, I just felt Mirror Force, since inherently my deck actually has a weaker matchup for the Mirror match, I kind of was preparing a little bit more for Fire Fist, as well as making the double infantry instead.
Okay.
So the double Mirror Force kind of helped out in the Mirror match, because, I mean, I didn't draw it once, so that didn't help whatsoever. But it's very unexpected in the Mirror, and it just gives you a better game one than your opponent can expect. And then the fact that I didn't run Bottomless or Compulse, I felt Compulse was only good in the Mirror match, because I didn't want to lose to Blue Jin because I would have Compulse. I didn't want to lose to Fire Fist because they would just be poking me with Bear because of Compulse.
Yeah.
And then Bottomless was something I was considering, but against Fire, the fact that they can just 1-for-1, they can just, like, you know, inherently 1-for-1 because they have 3 Lance in the deck.
Yeah.
So
it just becomes like, okay, and Torrential hits a broader board, whereas
it's
yeah, you're saying. I mean, I understand the point of Torrential over Bottomless now, because there's been so many games where player A would summon Wolfbark, and then player B would, technically they would have to bottomless the Wolf Bark. They'd hit the Lance and then go on to their plays. Whereas opposed to if player A summoned Wolf Bark, activated to fact, summoned, and then player B torrential. I mean, you can only Lance one card, so
Exactly.
I completely understand that. Next for the side deck. I'm sorry, side deck. It looks extremely fun.
The side deck, it's fun for me.
It looks fun. It actually looks well prepared too.
The side deck, I decided to make it really, really broad. I hate having like a bunch of one-ofs in my side deck because like it kind of just gets clumpy at times. So 2 Veiler and the 3 Max C. I decided to go 2 Veiler and 3 Max C over like 3 Veiler, 3 Max C, or even like side into a Scarecrow or anything like that. I was scared shitless of Prophecy. Like, so I was like, I gotta have Veiler in here, and I gotta have DNA, and I gotta have Mind Crush.
Ironically, I don't think there was a single person that played Prophecy in that tournament.
I don't think so either. That's why I was pretty sad after that.
He was like, no, Prophecy players, come back. They practically died off. So, unfortunately. Yeah. And you have the DNAs and everything. You're like, screw Prophecies.
Yeah, and then also Bujin. For some reason, that matchup is just a pain in the ass, I swear. I was really scared of Decree. That was one thing I was actually scared of if I ever did play Bujin. Like, I kind of wish I would have decided like Zombie World instead of DNA.
Okay.
Because that could have actually helped more. And then side deck Dark Hold. If I'm going second, I want to side it in. Like, hands down. Like, every time I go second, I side in Dark Hold.
Okay. Alright.
And then 2 Dust and 3 MST. A lot of people feel like this is like too much, or why didn't I like side Twister or Full House or anything like that. I just felt Dust Tornado was a little bit more versatile in the sense that you can just do it on any spell or trap that your opponent controls, instead of the fact that you have to like limit yourself or like set up for that card.
And you have 10 traps with 3 of them being trainable, or 5 of them being. I mean, if you ever get that Death Tornado thing going off, it's tricky. But once you do get it going off, the opponent generally doesn't have any responses.
And plus the synergy with Dust Tornado and Sphere is really good because I mean, you can just make it where the monster you bring out with Sphere, just nothing can happen to it. I mean, it's pretty good.
The Dust Tornado could be the bluff for the Sphere, and then you set the real Sphere on your end phase, and it just leads to so many good things. It just seems so good. The extra deck seems pretty standard. Armada.
The only miss was Lavalval Chain. That was the one card I wish I stuck in.
And what would you have taken out for it?
I probably would have taken out the second Gaios for the Lavalval Chain. Or, yeah, probably just the second Gaios. It wasn't needed. And I would probably try to find a way to fit in a second Draco at some point, because that was really, really needed.
Okay.
I was kind of testing the 2 Gaios and 1 Draco over the 1 Gaios and 2 Draco.
Okay.
And God, I still can't believe I missed Lavalval Chain. It really hurt me throughout the tournament not having Lavalval Chain, because I'm not running Undyne, so I had no way to get title whatsoever.
So, yeah, it was either title or bust. And you didn't have any way to get it. Another big question would be, you're not running Exiton, and your deck genuinely isn't hurt when you summoned Exiton because you don't have a lot of monsters to be destroyed or a lot of cards committed to the board. Well, why not? Do you just like forget it, or?
I was focusing more on the mono aspect when I was making the extra deck, and I just felt with Exiton that I leave myself so open to some counterplays at some points. Like, yes, it's a blowout in the fire matchup. I mean, it can possibly win me the mirror match, but just the fact that I was focusing more on the mono part, and I just felt 101 would suffice for the fact that I'm not running Exiton. I mean, I just felt the card was a little bit better, and that Diamond, and that also Diamond Dire could also cover up for Exiton, because I felt Diamond Dire was a better card than Exiton in my opinion, because there's no restrictions on Diamond Dire, so I felt it was a little more versatile of a card. It's a very scary card to go against when I just go, okay, Sphere during the main phase 2, and then I have the Pike Turge, and then I Diamond Dire. And then if they don't do anything at Diamond Dire, it lets me know that they don't have Bottomless, or that they don't have Torrential, anything like that, because they have to use those cards on a Diamond Dire.
Okay, alright. The next biggest thing is Does Diamond Dyer lead to a lead play? I'm bad, am I?
Oh my god.
What are you waiting for? Answer the question.
You're really hating that I didn't run lead, did you?
I love lead. Look at him. He's all leadish. You know what? Come to think of it, the only time I think I've gotten off lead's effect once, ever, period. Like the summoning effect.
No, I've drawn that card so many times. I think the most close I've ever gone off a lead was I pitched a Gunday, an infantry, and a marksman for lead, and added back squall. It was great.
That sounds amazing. Like I mean, you never want to summon lead. You never want to draw lead. But if you do, he does kind of like just sit there. You have a point with that. And Megalo is more versatile. But I mean, come on, he's whatever he's supposed to be. I don't know what he is.
I don't know. He's like the second derpiest Mermail card in my opinion. Like the first one beating Abyss Ballin.
Oh yeah, I was like, why aren't you running Abyss Ballin? The card's so. Okay, I'll stop.
I'll stop. For a potential Judgment Dragon that can get Valor and then I lose the game.
Pitch 4 for a 2,500 monster that doesn't break the attack barrier. Yeah, okay.
It's not even for water.
It has to be Mermail. Yeah, so pitch 3 of your lens in a Megalo for it. You'll get some advantage someday.
And it does piercing damage.
Oh, no, it does? Damage. Oh, wait.
No, it can automatically destroy a defense monster, yeah. By tributing another water on your side of the field.
Oh my god, that's amazing, bro. All those negatives, you gotta play it. You gotta play Ballin. I mean, come on, his name says Ballin. Huh?
You neg like 5 cards? I mean, why not?
Yeah, like, bruh. We were just talking about Book of Moon. If you're not negging, you're not doing it right.
You know, I was actually thinking about, like, siding Abyss Ballin for Geargia, because I can, like, summon it off the spear and then tribute and then, like, pop in armor.
I guess that's not bad. That's not horrible.
I mean, it's not a bad idea, but I don't know. It was just a thought, and then I got told later that I shouldn't do it, and
I'm glad that you didn't, because if I would have saw that, I would have been like, whoa, somebody's actually using Ballin. We should be scared of this guy. Is he even level 7?
Yes, he's a level 7, actually.
Okay, good.
That's one good thing about it.
At least he's title food. But thank you guys for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy.